Ozone depletion. Thinning of the ozone layer in atmosphere. Ozone depletion increases skin cancer risks and impairs human immune system. Ozone depletion directly affects the environment, agriculture, and human health. Chlorofluorocarbons are the main cause of rapid ozone depletion in stratosphere. Glacial melting. Melting of glacier due to warming. Glacial melting endangers freshwater supplies in several mountainous regions. Glacial melting alters ocean salinity, affecting marine life and ocean circulation. Glacial melting raises ocean levels and threatens island nations with submersion. Tectonic movement. Shifting Earth's plates causes earthquakes. Tectonic movement shapes Earth's continents and creates new mountain ranges. Earthquake-prone regions monitor tectonic movement to predict seismic activity. The Himalayas continue rising due to ongoing tectonic movement between plates. Biodiversity loss. Reduction in variety of living species. Biodiversity loss reduces the resilience of ecosystems to environmental changes. Invasive species are significant contributors to biodiversity loss in fragile habitats. Biodiversity loss affects food security, water resources, and medicinal discoveries. Coral bleaching. Corals losing color from heat stress. Coral bleaching harms marine tourism, affecting regional economies significantly. Coral bleaching disrupts marine biodiversity by destroying essential reef habitats. Coral bleaching recovery depends on water quality and temperature stabilization. Vertical farming. Growing crops in stacked indoor layers. Innovation in vertical farming is transforming the future of agriculture globally. Vertical farming uses less land and water than traditional agricultural methods. Vertical farming maximizes crop output using minimal land and water resources. Forest preservation. Protecting forests from destruction. Reforestation and afforestation are common practices for forest preservation. Reforestation projects contribute significantly to forest preservation worldwide. Forest preservation helps regulate rainfall, prevent erosion, and protect wildlife. Marine sanctuary. Protected ocean area for conservation. A marine sanctuary protects ocean habitats and endangered marine species. A marine sanctuary often serves as a breeding ground for rare marine creatures. Marine sanctuaries allow ecosystems to recover and species to reproduce safely. Species migration. Movement of species to new habitats. Species migration is a survival response to environmental changes or threats. Species migration affects ecosystems when animals relocate in search of food. Species migration influences agricultural cycles and pest population dynamics. Sustainable yield. Harvesting resources without depleting them. Calculating sustainable yield helps maintain fish populations over generations. Agriculture should adopt methods that promote a sustainable yield approach. Sustainable yield ensures resources are not depleted beyond regeneration limits. Resource scarcity. Limited availability of natural resources. Governments must develop solutions to reduce the impact of resource scarcity. Population growth contributes significantly to global resource scarcity concerns. Resource scarcity demands efficient usage and long-term conservation strategies. Food insecurity. Lack of reliable access to nutritious food. Food insecurity is aggravated by natural disasters and poor farming structures. Food insecurity affects millions, particularly in conflict or drought-prone regions. Ensuring stable food supplies helps combat extensive hunger and food insecurity. Industrial runoff. Pollution from factories entering waterways. Industrial runoff pollutes rivers and damages aquatic ecosystems drastically. Proper waste management can limit industrial runoff into nearby water sources. Unregulated industrial runoff can cause long-term damage to soil and vegetation. Solar radiation. Energy from the sun reaching Earth. Solar radiation varies depending on geographic location and seasonal conditions. Earth's atmosphere filters harmful ultraviolet rays from incoming solar radiation. Solar radiation is a primary source of renewable energy for electricity generation. Habitat destruction. Loss of natural living environments. Forest fires and mining operations cause significant habitat destruction globally. Tropical rainforests face severe habitat destruction due to illegal logging activities. Habitat destruction reduces biodiversity and weakens ecological system resilience. Ocean acidification. Increased ocean acidity from carbon dioxide. Marine ecosystems face growing stress from continued ocean acidification trends. Scientists monitor ocean acidification using satellite data and underwater sensors. Ocean acidification lowers pH levels, harming organisms' reproductive capabilities. Overfishing threat. Excessive fishing reducing fish populations. The overfishing threat weakens the long-term sustainability of coastal livelihoods. The overfishing threat endangers marine biodiversity and food security worldwide. Unsustainable fishing practices worsen the overfishing threat to ocean ecosystems. Invasive species. Non-native species harming local ecosystems. Invasive species often outcompete native organisms, disrupting local ecosystems. Invasive species disrupt native ecosystems by outcompeting local flora and fauna. Human activity often introduces invasive species into fragile island environments. Crop rotation. Changing crops to improve soil health. Farmers practice crop rotation to prevent pest buildup and nutrient depletion. Crop rotation improves soil health and reduces the need for chemical fertilizers. This sustainable method of crop rotation prevents land degradation and erosion. Alternative energy. Energy sources other than fossil fuels. Alternative energy reduces reliance on fossil fuels and harmful carbon emissions. Solar panels and wind turbines produce clean and sustainable alternative energy. Investing in alternative energy can create jobs and reduce greenhouse emissions. Ecological balance. Stable relationships among living organisms. Human activities have disrupted the natural ecological balance in many regions. Pollution control measures are vital for preserving ecological balance worldwide. Ecological balance must be prioritized in all development and industrial projects. Endangered species. Animals or plants at risk of extinction. Conservation efforts are necessary to protect endangered species from extinction. Governments must increase funding for endangered species protection initiatives. Endangered species play important roles in maintaining natural ecosystem health. Carbon footprint. Total greenhouse gases produced personally. Recycling regularly helps to reduce your overall carbon footprint significantly. Reducing energy waste can lower our household's carbon footprint over time. Air travel leaves a much higher carbon footprint than other transport methods. Urban sprawl. Uncontrolled city expansion into rural areas. Urban sprawl leads to increased car dependency and longer commuting times. Urban sprawl often leads to inefficient public infrastructure and service delivery. Uncontrolled urban sprawl can disrupt local ecosystems and agricultural land use. Carbon cycle. Natural process of carbon movement. The carbon cycle regulates Earth's temperature through natural gas exchanges. The carbon cycle involves photosynthesis, respiration, and fossil fuel combustion. The carbon cycle regulates Earth's temperature and maintains ecological balance. Fossil formation. Creation of preserved remains over time. Fossil formation usually occurs over millions of years, under specific conditions. Fossil formation usually occurs in aquatic environment with rapid sedimentation. Fossil formation provides evidence of Earth's evolutionary and geological history. Continental drift. Slow movement of Earth's landmasses. Continental drift explains how Earth's landmasses have moved over millennia. Scientists monitor continental drift using satellite and geodetic measurements. Continental drift caused the breakup of supercontinents into today's continents. Soil erosion. Wearing away of topsoil by wind or water. Soil erosion can result in sedimentation that pollutes nearby rivers and lakes. Soil erosion threatens food security by degrading arable land across the globe. Soil erosion depletes fertile land and severely impacts agricultural productivity. Desert expansion. Growth of desert areas into fertile land. Desert expansion affects water availability and soil fertility in nearby regions. Desert expansion threatens biodiversity and agricultural lands in arid regions. Governments implement reforestation programs to combat desert expansion. Resource depletion. Exhaustion of natural materials and energy. Overfishing is a primary example of marine resource depletion in many areas. Resource depletion endangers future generations' access to essential materials. Awareness campaigns can reduce individual contribution to resource depletion. Organic agriculture. Farming without synthetic chemicals use. Organic agriculture avoids synthetic chemicals, promoting soil and crop health. Transitioning to organic agriculture can help reduce agricultural pollution levels. Organic agriculture uses natural methods to manage pests and boost crop yields. Water conservation. Saving and protecting water resources. Water conservation is crucial during droughts and periods of water scarcity. Government launches awareness campaigns to promote water conservation habits. Water conservation reduces energy costs associated with water treatment facilities. Energy efficiency. Using less energy for the same output. Smart appliances are designed with higher energy efficiency standards today. Energy efficiency reduces utility costs and environmental impact significantly. Energy efficiency in transport systems helps cut fossil fuel reliance drastically. Ecotourism initiative. Travel promoting environmental sustainability. Wildlife sanctuaries launch ecotourism initiative to fund conservation efforts. Ecotourism initiative promotes sustainable travel and conservation awareness. Ecotourism initiative reduces environmental impact compared to mass tourism. Low-carbon lifestyle. Living with minimal carbon emissions. Public transportation usage is essential in promoting a low-carbon lifestyle. A low-carbon lifestyle involves using renewable and efficient energy sources. Supporting green policies and practices aligns well with a low-carbon lifestyle. Ecological restoration. Recovering damaged natural environments. Ecological restoration improves soil health and water retention in dry lands. Ecological restoration revives damaged ecosystems and improves biodiversity. Polluted riverbanks can benefit from intensive ecological restoration techniques. Wildlife conservation. Protecting animals and their habitats. Protected areas play a key role in successful wildlife conservation programs. Legislation must prioritize wildlife conservation to maintain ecosystem balance. National parks are crucial to effective wildlife conservation strategies worldwide. Biodiversity hotspot. Region rich in diverse, endangered species. Madagascar is a critically important biodiversity hotspot in the Indian Ocean. Funding biodiversity hotspot conservation ensures long-term species survival. The Amazon is a well-known biodiversity hotspot with numerous unique species. Conservation strategy. Plans to protect natural resources effectively. A marine conservation strategy helps safeguard endangered aquatic organisms. Public education plays a major role in supporting conservation strategies locally. Climate adaptation must be integrated into every modern conservation strategy. Green Initiative. Efforts to reduce environmental impact. Corporate Green Initiative programs include reducing emissions and plastic usage. Community green initiatives improve urban air quality and increase green spaces. The city launched a green initiative to promote eco-friendly public transportation. Ecological footprint. Human demand on Earth's ecosystems. Eco-friendly packaging reduces the ecological footprint of consumer products. Individuals can shrink their ecological footprint through daily lifestyle choices. The fashion industry contributes significantly to the global ecological footprint. Global consensus. Worldwide agreement on climate action. Global consensus depends on evidence, diplomacy, and political willpower. Climate agreements like the Paris Accord reflect a growing global consensus. Global consensus is crucial to address transboundary pollution and emissions. Resource allocation. Distribution of resources for sustainable use. Poor resource allocation results in environmental degradation and inequality. Climate crises force urgent re-evaluation of global resource allocation priorities. Sustainable development requires careful resource allocation across all sectors. Ecological niche. Role of a species within its environment. Invasive species often outcompete native ones for the same ecological niche. The coral's ecological niche supports countless marine species and organisms. Human activities are altering the ecological niche of several endangered species. Genetic diversity. Variety of genes within species population. Genetic diversity strengthens a species' resistance to disease and climate stress. Climate change significantly impacts the genetic diversity of aquatic ecosystems. Breeding programs increase genetic diversity in endangered animal populations. Atmospheric pressure. Weight of air pressing on Earth's surface. Sudden drops in atmospheric pressure can trigger intense weather phenomena. High atmospheric pressure often leads to clear skies and dry weather conditions. Scientists monitor atmospheric pressure to predict short-term weather patterns. Climate modeling. Simulating future climate changes scientifically. Climate modeling predicts extreme weather events with increasing reliability. Accurate climate modeling relies on advanced data and simulation technology. Climate modeling improves policy planning for flood and drought management. Aquatic ecosystem. Water-based community of living organisms. Aquatic ecosystem health depends on oxygen levels and nutrient balance. Protecting aquatic ecosystem services ensures water quality and food security. Healthy aquatic ecosystems are crucial for clean drinking water and food security. Methane emissions. Release of methane gas into the atmosphere. Satellite technology now monitors methane emissions from space in real time. Methane emissions accelerate global warming more rapidly than carbon dioxide. Innovative farming techniques help in minimizing agricultural methane emissions. Population dynamics. Study of species population changes over time. Population dynamics examine birth rates, death rates, and migration trends. Human population dynamics impact land use and water consumption patterns. Migration patterns affect the population dynamics in both rural and urban areas. Community initiative. Local group efforts to improve the environment. Recycling programs succeed better when driven by community initiative. A strong community initiative fosters cooperation and shared responsibility. A local tree planting project began as a community initiative for reforestation.